Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Just want to say,
It's been a momentous day for RLT because I reckon we're one of the, must be in the first 10 theatres to actually, in the country, to actually put anything on.
Wow.
I would imagine. We might be the first, but of any kind, professional or amateur. I know people are starting up, but a lot of what I've seen isn't at least until next week, but I might be wrong. But what I would say about this is that we had this idea to do this pub theatre thing before Christmas, and I asked Rob and Jane and Nick Brailsford, Jane Marshall was there, and I'm sure a lot of you know Rob, if they'd be interested in writing, doing 3 short plays for us for now, just because we wanted to get some theatre up and running. And this was planned before Christmas, but you know, as we all know, it kind of it got kiboshed. So we said, well, we'll just wait, and whatever happens, we'll do it the very first opportunity we got. Well, we couldn't be earlier than this week. So, and I really want to thank the 3 writers, the 3 directors, to the cast, because they've all, you know, this was my crazy idea, but they all went along with it. And I want to thank you, because you're our very first audience as well. And because we're always a bit concerned that, you know, we're people that are not coming, you know, it's too dangerous and so on and so forth. But you're here. The 3 plays in the order that they're on, if I remember correctly, and Jane, the title of those plays already escaped me with the Alzheimer's I've got.
Would you like to know?
Tell us.
It's Jane's play. Yeah. Still Life Goes On.
That's the one.
Or I may need a brief for this encounter.
Correct. I was just testing you, well done. Rob's is called Sea Green Blues, and that's the play that's on after this one. And then the 3rd play by Nick, who's not here tonight but will be on Friday, is called In Plain Sight. And the plan is, what will happen is you'll see the 3 plays, and then they'll all come on at the end after the 3rd play and just take a bow. I'm not going to say anything in between other than, yeah, we're ready to start, sit down. Okie dokie?
Yeah.
But thanks once again for coming and supporting us, it's really appreciated. Okie dokie.
Midweek afternoon.
It's a silly little story, really. You see, it's my day for the high street, because the maid does insist on a half day off. I always go to the fishmongers to look at the old trouts, the welfare, to Greg's for a vegan sausage roll. Well, we all have to do our bit for the war effort. And then to Boots, to change my book and to have the same disagreement with them about it being a dispensary and not a library. I then usually go straight home so that I have time for a stiff gin and the chase before some short people, I believe they're called children, appear in my kitchen. But today I just knew there was something in the air. I was waiting for the 317 to Romley Heights South Park Junction on the Goit when the silliest thing happened. A gust of wind blew my hat clean away. As I was bending down to retrieve it, I felt my gusset snap clean off. The shock of it sent my stockings into a red spin, leaving my 20 denier in tatters. Oh, what to do? And that's when he appeared. I knew from the moment I saw him that he would be the one.
Men. Can I assist?
Having no experience of ruptured underwear, I nodded forlornly. Realizing my predicament, he led me discreetly into the tea room to spare my blushes and to stop the cold getting to my unmentionables. Are you brassy airy tear?
Oh, goodness, no. I'm a doctor. But I do know my way around intimate apparel. May I? Oh, excuse me. Better?
Much.
Well, you've certainly been in the wars, haven't you?
Yes, both of them. You.
I see you have 20 denier.
Always?
You may want to think about 15. Lighter and yet more durable.
No, I couldn't possibly. What would my maid think?
Oh, I'm sure she would be discreet. Isn't that what they're paid for?
Oh, you are funny.
Trevor.
Celia.
No, Trevor.
No, I am Celia, Trevor.
You're Celia Trevor? Oh, what a coincidence.
I could see that he was definitely going to be the one. So, Trevor, what is your prognosis?
Oh, well, it's only palliative care, I'm afraid. Would you by any chance have any lacquer?
Liquor? Why, I only ever drink in private in the kitchen on my own before the children get home.
No, lacquer. Hairspray?
Oh yes, of course.
I recommend 2 or maybe 3 squirts at the top and bottom of the offending area to help stem any further damage. That should last until you are able to disrobe in your boudoir. May I? Now, shall we?
Oh, Trevor, you are a miracle worker. How can I ever repay you?
Well, I'm sure I'll think of something.
So I offered him the only thing I could.
Where did you get those from?
Well, I always keep a packet on hand.
My dear Celia, do you not realise what you have? The most deadliest weapon in the world.
It's only a peanut.
A peanut it may be, but it is a weapon of mass destruction. A fire of unstoppable magnitude. A taker of lives.
But it's so small and unassuming. You just wouldn't see it coming, would you?
But I have a weapon.
Oh, I say.
Always one step ahead of the enemy.
I see. He could be a tad melodramatic, but this man had shown such fear and vulnerability that my interest was piqued. Piqued. Midweek afternoon, several weeks later. Trevor!
Celia!
Trevor!
Celia!
Trevor!
Celia!
Trevor!
Celia!
Trevor!
Celia!
Trevor!
Are you stuck, darling?
Oh, thank you. That's so much better. Whatever must you think of me?
Now let's give it another thought. Shall we?
Thank you.
What's wrong, darling?
Nothing.
Oh, Celia, you must tell me.
No, it's just a silly little thing, really. No, it's nothing.
Celia, I really must insist. After all these weeks, I thought we had reached an understanding. If we are to be special friends, then we need to be completely honest with each other.
I need to sit down.
You are.
Oh yes, darling. What would I do without you?
You're wearing the cheap ones again, aren't you? Oh, Celia, you know what happens when you do. It cuts off the circulation.
I had no choice. I can't keep up in the current climate. Oh, I'm so ashamed. Don't look at me, please, darling. It's just quite the scandal.
Were you worried about last night?
It was ghastly.
Really? I thought it was rather
That
nice.
beastly place. Why?
Oh, well, Horatio is a rather good egg, but his flat is usually a lot cleaner than... But if it's any consolation, he did give me a good discount.
You paid him.
Mates rates.
Rates.
You rushed away.
Oh, I just couldn't. It was too sore.
Oh, Celia, please don't. I know what's going on in that silly little head of yours, and everything is going to be just fine. We'll go to the Travel Lodge next time.
No.
No?
Well, it's not the place so much as the...
What is it, darling? You can tell Trevor anything.
I wondered. I wondered a lot. I wondered who had preceded me. I found this behind the headboard.
Well, it's not mine.
Or mine.
I don't know what to say.
Who is she?
I have no idea. Truly.
I'm such a silly little fool. I thought you loved me. I thought we would be together forever in lingerie. But now I realise I was just your bit of nylon to play with.
Celia, you have got it all wrong. You are the one I have waited for all my life.
Oh, I don't know. All these weeks, I'm risking everything to see you. And for what? Oh, I'm quite worn out with it all.
How can I prove my undying love for you?
You must. My happiness depends on it.
Midweek afternoon, 1 week later.
Trevor!
Celia!
Trevor!
Celia!
Trevor!
Celia!
Trevor!
Celia!
Trevor!
Are you stuck, darling?
Oh, thank you. That's so much better. Whatever must you think of me?
Don't give it another thought, shall we?
Thank you.
Celia, I have something of the utmost importance to show to you.
Oh, I say.
It's a 2020 diary. But there's nothing in it.
Sorry. Wrong.
The Gloss of Hyde, Denton, Romley, Hetfield Mercantile Building Society. Oh, the one for local people. But why?
Look.
But this is a fortune.
You put me to the test, darling, and I hope I have passed.
With flying colours. Oh, my darling. This is the most intimate thing you have ever shown me.
I've added your name, darling. I want to give you the world.
I don't know what to say. Trevor, what does this mean?
Come away with me tonight.
Tonight?
I have to leave. I have to go somewhere far away.
Abroad?
Burnley.
Oh, Trevor, no.
Don't be scared. It could be a new start for both of us if you want. Come with me, Celia. Let me show you more than this still life. Come with me to Burnley, to a new frontier.
Oh, no. No, Trevor, I can't. Well, I could. But Burnley? No. I can't abandon my life here. Oh, stay with me. We will be so very happy. I think perhaps it's time we told our protector.
Oh, well, this has just been great, isn't it?
Trevor?
Let's drop the act, shall we?
Trevor, what do you mean?
It's okay, you can stop being a simpering little fool.
What on earth are you talking about?
This. Us.
Trevor, what does this mean?
Well, it's been fun, hasn't it, this? But it's all starting to get a bit boring now, isn't it? I mean, it was never going to get beyond Hyde.
But you said you loved me.
Well, you're great. You really are.
No, Trevor, no, wait. I'll go to Burnley. Please, I'll die without you.
Really? Oh, this can't really be what you're like, can it? My God, your poor husband.
How
day.
Celia, I thought we understood each other.
I thought I had found a second chance.
Life isn't a movie of romance and happy endings.
But why? Why ever not?
It's not written in the stars. The best we can hope for is a bit of light relief every now and again. Celia, I thought that's why you were here. Isn't this just a distraction from your skull-crushing, boring little life by the kitchen sink? Oh, buck up, old girl. Most encounters are brief.
But you said we would be together forever.
You also said that you would die without me. And yet, my darling, you're still here.
Just as I thought I had him, he was slipping away. What is a girl to do? Trevor, wait! No, you're right, I was wrong. I see that now. But we can't leave things like this. What can I do to make it up to you?
I'll tell you what, as it's you, how about a last hurrah same time next week and you can make it up to me then?
Well now, this silly little story just got interesting. Midweek, afternoon, 1 week later.
Ah, Celia!
Trevor!
Celia!
Trevor!
Celia!
Trevor!
Celia!
Trevor!
Celia!
Trevor, are you stuck, darling?
Thank you. What came over me? What must you think of me?
Don't give it another thought, shall we?
It's awfully quiet in here, isn't it?
Yes, I thought it would be better that way.
Celia, are you quite well?
Yes, you.
Yes, you.
Yes, you.
Yes, you.
Yes, you.
Yes, you.
Yes, you. Oh, sorry, darling. I'm afraid I've got a touch of nostalgia-itis. It's that time of year, you understand.
Yes, well, we are rather inundated with it at the moment, aren't we?
Right.
I will miss your hands.
Well, then why don't we make good use of them whilst you still have them?
What? Celia, here?
Well, of course, yeah.
But we're in polite society.
Oh, my darling. I merely thought, shall I be Mum?
Oh, yes.
You know, I'm such a silly little goose, aren't I?
What do you mean?
1 lump or 2.
Always two, darling, always two.
You know, I read more into things than I should. It has been fun, you are right. So can you ever forgive me for being such a dreary little ishmael?
That's my girl. I'm so glad you see it my way. Of course, you are forgiven.
Splendid. Let's have no more silly arguments. I thought we might celebrate the end of our affair.
What, in the middle of the afternoon?
Well, it is quite daring. But we must live, darling. We must live. Here's to us. Yeah, nice, darling.
It's lovely. It's, No,
What is it, darling?
I was about to ask you the same thing.
Oh, it's my favourite. It's peanut butter. You don't look frightfully well, darling. Can I get you something? Hey, this, darling. This was what you need, darling. Oh, you really don't look well, my love. Is this what you meant, Trevor? In here? Me? Oh, thank still. Life goes on. Sorry I'm late. Could you take your headphones off, please? Headphones off, please. Thank you.
Where's Robinson?
Dr. Robinson isn't well.
Something fatal, I hope. One to me. Who are you then?
I'm the locum, Dr. Gregg.
You're the what?
Locum.
Locust?
No, not locust. Locum.
Robinson is sick. I thought he was meant to be a doctor.
Doctors are allowed to get ill.
It's like having a dishonest policeman.
Not quite.
I said, like a dishonest policeman, which means not quite.
So it does.
Another one to me. What's Robinson caught? Something nasty.
I wasn't told.
Which means it is. Something really disgusting. Something disgusting. He's caught from doing something disgusting with someone else who's also disgusting.
Can we leave Dr. Robinson out of it?
You leave him where you like. I've never touched him.
It's Millie, isn't it?
Well, you can't be much use if you're not sure of that.
I'm sure of that.
Why'd you ask then?
I was being polite.
Only people die from shortage of breath.
Do they?
Well, you're the doctor, you tell me.
Not sure I'm going to get much chance of telling you anything.
My mum used to say that. People die from shortage of breath.
She's right.
Was right. She's dead.
I'm sorry to hear that.
So you should be. It was the doctors that killed her. Said there was nothing up with her, and there was.
Look, should I go out and come back in again?
What?
Should I go out and come back in again?
What the fuck? What'd you do that for?
It's just a figure of speech. I mean, should we start again?
You don't have to go out to do that, you know. I won't know the difference. I can't see anyway. You could just stay in the room and go dead quiet. How would I know?
That's true.
Well then. Are you there? Have you gone out? You can come back in now.
Hello, my name's Dr. Gregg. I'm the locum for Dr. Robinson. He's not well. I believe you're Millie.
Are you all right?
I thought you'd gone out.
I didn't go out.
Yeah, I know you didn't. Now.
I thought you didn't want me to go out.
One to you.
You said I could just go quiet instead.
Yeah, I did. That's what I said.
I thought you wanted me to stay in the room and just go quiet.
I didn't. Which means you tricked me. So it's one to you.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to trick you.
Well, don't keep apologising. It's a sign of weakness.
One to you.
Yeah, maybe. Anyway, you got me.
I wasn't trying to get you. I thought you knew I was still here.
And how would I know that? I'm blind. Or hadn't you noticed?
Was it an accident, your blindness?
What else would it be?
Well, a variety of things, actually.
Such as? Do you want to stop reading my notes whilst we're talking?
So you can see something.
Maybe I just guessed that you'd be reading my notes whilst we're talking. Because I'm used to pig, ignorant doctors keeping themselves busy when they're meant to be listening to me.
Fair enough. So was it an accident then?
No.
Well, Dr. Robinson's notes refer to an accident.
Well, he never liked to call it what he knew it was.
Which is?
Not an accident, obviously.
Can you tell whether it's light or dark through the bandages?
Depends.
But generally.
Oh, Robinson has already asked me all this.
Yes, but his notes are a little sketchy and I think there's a file that I haven't been given.
Sounds like a bit of a fuck up.
Yes.
Well, say it then.
It's a bit of a fuck up.
Well, that's Robinson for you. Always doing 2 or 3 things at once. I could tell he wasn't interested in me. Right, shifty bastard. And his phone was always going off whilst we were talking.
You should have let someone know.
Yeah, right. Like that would have helped.
What can you see when I do this?
You pulling a face.
No.
You sticking your tongue out.
No.
You giving me the 2 fingers.
No.
Oh, I'm kidding. You were waving at me. I can make out birds flapping. Nothing else.
Well, that's plenty through the bandages.
Do I get a lolly?
Yeah.
What's this? A fucking lolly?
What else would it be?
A variety of things, actually.
The most important thing I learned in my medical degree was always carry your own stash of lollies.
Robinson didn't.
So he never offered you a lolly?
Wouldn't have taken it if he did. He's got clammy hands. Must take a lot of work, that. A medical degree.
Well, there are other things that take just as much.
I couldn't do one.
Why couldn't you?
I can't read the books, can I? Seeing as I'm blind.
You're not blind, no. Not in the way that you mean. You've got temporary visual impairment. And what if you were? One of my colleagues has been blind his whole life and he got a first at medical school.
Impressive. Did you get first?
No chance, I just about scraped a 2-1.
Too busy chasing fellas.
Something like that.
Are you gorgeous?
It's not for me to say, is it?
Well, I can't tell underneath these bandages.
No, I'm not gorgeous.
Are you a twisted old gargoyle?
They're the only 2 options.
Feels like it sometimes.
Do you think we might start talking about you at some point?
I don't like talking about me.
We will have to.
Didn't get Robinson very far.
Look, I'd like to take the bandages off and look at your eyes.
I don't want you to.
Because it wasn't an accident.
Because you only got a 2-1. Why can't I be treated by the blind doctor who got a first?
Well, I've got his number. Give him a call if you like. Look, let me look at your eyes.
Okay. I tried to blind myself. I did it with bleach. Didn't half sting. I knew it would, but I did it anyway. And it hurt worse when the stinging stopped. Well, later.
It really hurt them. And the stuff about the notes you can't find will be written in the big black fuck off felt.
Dr. Robinson does love his big black fuck off felt tip pens.
So now the whole world knows what a daft cow I am.
No, it doesn't.
Didn't want you thinking someone else had done it. Oh, it was a proper accident when it wasn't. It was just me being a daft cow.
You're not that.
I got myself in a right state for a bit.
We all do. For a bit. There. How's the lolly?
I've had worse things in my mouth. That was a joke.
On to you.
Nothing to be ashamed of, is it?
No, nothing at all.
Sucking cock, I mean.
Yes, spare me the details.
You can tell me if you like. I'm not let on. It's a patient and doctor thing. But you've had your fair share.
Yes, well, a matter of fact, I haven't.
I'm not saying you're promiscuous, or that you shouldn't be if you don't want to be.
I agree, but I haven't had lots of boyfriends.
Nothing wrong with girls liking sex, is there?
Not if she's careful.
Condoms are a girl's best friend.
Shame we all can't get a dog like men get. Right, I'm just going to touch round your eyes and I want you to tell me how sensitive it is. If 10 is very and 1 is not at all.
4.6.
4.6? That's quite precise.
Well, I'm good with my numbers for a girl.
Why? Aren't girls good with numbers?
Well, they might be with the doctors, but around here, they're useless.
So are most men, doctors included.
Isn't that a bit risky? With all them drugs you give out.
I know, scary, isn't it?
What are you doing?
I'm just looking.
Don't look at me, please.
Well, I will have to.
I don't want you looking at me.
I'm not made of lollies, you know.
Well, I thought we were. All those girls made of that stuff. Sugar and spice and all things nice.
Well, not in my experience.
No, that's a load of crap, isn't it? We're not all gorgeous. Like you said, we can't be all gorgeous, can we?
Beauty is in the eye of the beholder.
Beholder. You mean whichever dickhead happens to be stalking you?
Not all men are stalkers or dickheads.
How would you know? You said you're not much good with fellas.
Well, I wouldn't know if it was any good or not because I've never tried.
What are you on about?
Doesn't matter.
You're not telling me that you're still a virgin?
That's none of your business.
Is it a religious thing?
No, it's not a religious thing.
Well, what then?
I'm not telling you.
Well, you've told me most of it already.
Can we change the subject?
But it's a very interesting subject.
Well, you must know, I'm not into men. Is that all right with you? Sorry, I don't know why I told you that.
I know why. Because you don't mind me knowing you're a lesbian. But you hate me thinking you're a virgin.
It's probably true.
Safest way to be anyway, lesbian. Men are all shites.
Well, it's not the reason, actually.
I won't go telling everyone who comes in here. Might backfire on you. You get a lot of Tories in here. They hate gays.
I'll be careful.
Oh, you need to be in this world. It's booby trapped to fuck. Especially if you're gorgeous.
I've told you I'm not.
Oh, you must be to pull a girl.
Is that what I do?
Oof. If I was knocking about with a girl around here, she'd have to be stunning. All the grief we'd get. 2 girls. I would put myself through that just for anyone. And it doesn't matter if you've got a bloke on your arm. Nobody gives a toss what he's like. And I've had my fair share of clammy, clawed lowlives. All I deserve, though, dog like me. Lucky to get any archie bone of a bloke. And the moment they've had what they want, they're off. Every one of them. and I don't see for dust. I don't blame them, no. Do you? Blame them for pissing off? For the first chance they get from a minger like me?
Yes, I do blame them, and so should you.
Well, I didn't. I poured bleach in my eyes instead, so I didn't have to look at myself. I don't like people seeing me cry. It's a sign of weakness.
No, it isn't. You remind me of Audrey Hepburn in those, from Roman Holiday.
That's a film, isn't it?
Yes.
I've never seen it.
It's one of our favourites, mine and Sarah. It's from the 50s, black and white, very romantic. Straight, but romantic.
Oh, I'll give it a watch, Will. Once my eyes are better.
They're better now. Wouldn't you like to see yourself without glasses?
Not really.
It's okay to be nervous.
Doesn't make it any easier when a doctor says that. I don't like looking at myself. That's all. Nothing special. There's thousands out there like me.
Can I tell you something?
More medical advice.
It's something my gran used to say to me.
Your gran. Great. That's going to be helpful.
Fair enough. Doesn't matter.
Oh, I'm kidding.
One to you.
Is there a mirror in here?
Right in front of you.
Don't need these. Audrey can have them. What was it your gran used to say?
Doesn't matter.
Tell me though.
If all the world loved brown-eyed girls, who'd love the sea green blues?
The wall is high, the black barn, the river
Mild.
Mild?
For the time of year, weather, you know.
Oh yes, I suppose it is. Quite mild.
Not that I'm complaining.
No, not worth complaining about, is it?
No. I'm a glass half full kind of person.
Right.
Is it any good?
Any good?
The book?
Oh, I've only just started. First few pages kind of thing. I'm finding it hard to get going though.
I'm not a big reader.
No, nor am I usually. I just wanted something to do in case I was waiting. I don't like waiting with nothing to do. It makes me nervous. But I can't seem to concentrate on the words. Maybe because I am nervous. I think I chose the wrong book though. I just picked up the first one I found. A book's a book, I thought. But this isn't the book to read if you're waiting.
Not worth reading then?
Oh no, I'm sure some would like it, but I think it's one of those books that's less about what happens than it is about what people are thinking. You can't just read it, you have to think about what you're reading. I'm even going back and rereading bits and I'm still not sure I understand it. I just wanted something I could read and have to think about. Does that make sense?
I know what you mean. If I do ever read, then it's usually a thriller. A real page turner, something that keeps you guessing what's going to happen. Something I can get lost in, forget about everything else.
Well, this one's certainly not that. Yes, I think it's a sad book. A book about sadness. Melancholy might be the word for it. I'm pretty sure it's not going to have a happy ending.
Well, so long as it has an ending.
Well, I've started now, so I'll have to see it through to the end, won't I?
Do you have to? That seems like a waste of time, doesn't it?
Well, I don't have another book with me, so I'll have to stick with it for now.
Well, if it doesn't get any better, just read another book.
Well, that's irresponsible, isn't it? I mean, I won't know how it ends, will I? And that seems even worse than not liking how it ends.
Life's too short, surely.
Yeah, and then every time I see the book, I'll wonder. He's been nagging away at me. Why don't you just finish it? You gave up too soon. You always give up when things get difficult. You should have stuck it out without seeming too much to do.
It's just a book. Give it to a charity shop. Give it to a friend. Leave it on the bus. Leave it right there when you go home.
Oh, no, that really is too much responsibility, that. I mean, if I leave it there, someone else will come along, won't they? And they'll start reading it.
Well, that's the idea, surely.
And then they don't get into it either, so they stop reading it. That's two endings not reached. So they leave it there too, and it just goes on and on and on and on. That's too much responsibility for me to take on.
Well, if the book is that bad, just put it in the bin.
That would seem a waste.
What about putting it in the recycling? No one else will get to read it then, will they? And it isn't as much of a waste.
That's actually a good idea, thanks. It gets put into the recycling, gets collected, sorted, pulped down, converted into more paper, and then, hopefully, another book gets printed on it. One that's easier to read.
With a decent ending.
I mean, it couldn't possibly be the same book, could it?
From what you've said, I doubt we're going to print any more.
No. I feel better now. I think I'll leave the book for now.
That's probably best. Are you waiting for someone?
Yes. Why?
Well, you mentioned waiting, and it's not like it's a bus stop or a train station, is it?
No.
So I thought, aha, they're waiting for someone. Call me Sherlock.
That's an unusual name.
No, I meant as in Holmes, Sherlock Holmes.
All right.
So you are waiting for someone.
I am.
Who are you waiting for?
I don't know, they're not here yet.
Well, if you're meeting them here, you must know who they are.
Well, we've never met before. This is our first meeting.
Well, there's always a first time for everything.
Yes, this is the first time.
I'm meeting someone as well.
It's a popular place.
We've never met in person either. This seemed as easy a place as any to meet. It's somewhere we both know, easy to find.
Unless they're lost.
What do you mean?
Well, if they're not here, maybe they got lost.
No, I doubt it. You can't get lost coming here, can you?
Well, they aren't here, are they?
Unless... You don't think we might be meeting each other?
No, I don't think so.
Why not?
We've already met.
When?
Just now. You said it was silent.
I remember.
That's when we met.
It could still be me, couldn't it?
No, it isn't. I know.
Well, what if I'm not the one you're meeting, but you're the one I'm meeting?
That wouldn't make sense.
Sometimes things don't.
I'm still waiting.
Can I wait with you?
I can't stop you, can I?
But I won't if you don't want me to.
Are you meeting them here?
That was what we agreed.
Well, then it wouldn't make sense to wait somewhere else, would it?
That's very kind of you.
I'm just being practical.
Practical and kind then. I'll just sit here. You won't know I'm here.
But,
What?
if I won't know you're here, will I know when they're here?
Of course you will. They'll arrive. You'll hear them. You'll see them, won't you?
We can let each other know.
Know what?
If someone arrives, make sure we know they're here. We won't both miss them, will we?
They won't miss us either. We're pretty obvious, aren't we?
Yes, but they've never met us before, have they? And they won't be expecting two people, will they? Oh, that could easily confuse them. And who knows what could happen then?
You're worrying too much, thinking too much. Of course we'll know they're here. Of course they'll see us.
I hope so.
Where would they hide?
Hide? Why are they hiding? I didn't think we were going to have to look for them. I thought they'd be here when I got here. And then we'd meet and everything would be okay. And then when I got here, they weren't here. So I waited. I got my book out and then a bit. I looked around. I was waiting. Just waiting because they're going to be here soon. I never thought they'd be hiding. What do you mean by that?
I didn't mean anything by it. I was trying to suggest they wouldn't be hiding. I was trying to be light-hearted. I think you're reading too much into what I say. It was just something to say. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to upset you. I'll be quiet.
They are late though.
I agree.
Well, do you know?
Well, the person I'm meeting is late too, I meant.
Is that a good sign?
I agree.
I was early.
I was on time.
Definitely late.
It's not a good sign.
That's what I just said.
I was agreeing.
Late, yes.
But we shouldn't worry too much, should we? There's lots of reasons why they might be late, held up a little. Waiting here for a short while isn't a problem, is it? It seems the least we should do. They'll arrive in their own good time, won't they?
How long will you wait?
I should wait till they get here.
So should I.
What if there's been an accident?
Accidents do happen.
It would change things if there's been an accident.
At the very least a delay.
Well, they're already late. Does that mean there has been an accident?
Oh, definitely.
What is definite these days? Very little.
I agree.
Hope they're not hurt
Hurt?
in the accident.
That would change things. How hurt do you think they are?
Well, if it's stopping them getting it here, it has to be serious, doesn't it?
How would we know?
We wouldn't. Could they be in the accident together?
Oh, that would be a huge coincidence, wouldn't it?
But not impossible.
Not impossible. Improbable?
Concerning
That they know each other.
that they could both be hurt.
Well, they couldn't know each other, would they?
They could, but would they?
I don't know many people. An accident seems increasingly likely.
They always happen when you least
Expect
it.
Have you heard any sirens?
No,
I hope the ambulance hasn't been held up in the traffic.
maybe they've been held up as well.
What, in the traffic?
Yeah,
Because of the accident?
it would make sense.
Held up, but not in the accident. Not them. They aren't hurt. That's what we should think.
They're late, but not late. No. Forget I said that, that was poor taste. I say stupid things when I'm worried.
They're just late. Not here. Yet.
Not in the accident, just held up by it.
So there has been an accident.
Oh, there are always accidents.
It wouldn't be their fault. An accident, it just happened.
It's a spanner in the works, isn't it?
What caused the accident?
No, it's a saying, isn't it?
Is it? Never heard that one before.
Well, it just means, well, something causing a problem, like,
A spanner in the works?
that's it.
I'll have to remember that one.
I'm always forgetting things.
You don't think you could have forgotten who you're meeting? Or where?
No, I wouldn't forget that, would I?
Wouldn't you?
No. It's more like forgetting where I've left something or what I've gone to the shops for.
Well, don't you take a list with you?
I should do, but I don't always. I usually,
See?
maybe I have forgotten. That's a worry in itself. How would I know?
Well, you won't. Unless you remember. Or you wrote it down somewhere. Did you write it down?
No, I didn't write it down. I didn't need to. I knew it was here, and I knew it was now.
Then they're late. And that's all there is to it.
They're late.
They're very late now.
I might come back tomorrow.
But what if they're not here then?
Then I don't think they're coming.
Oh, there are never any certainties in life, are there?
No. Right. That's it. I'm off.
Okay.
It was nice to meet you.
It's nice to meet someone at least.